¿Qué tal, chicos? Espero que estén súper bien. El día de hoy les traigo un resumen de la FNCS de Europa de la semana número 3. Si les gusta este resumen, por favor ayudarme con una suscripción y un like, y les dejo con el resumen de las partidas de la FNCS semana número 3 de Europa.
Words in every single trio, including Tayson. They're like underground right now. A launch pad can boost you all the way up. That's exactly what they'll do. Fourth place from last week, rolling in. Versa right beside them. But right now, it's anyone's game. Blaster, Yaxo, Nakos, they have the best one. They have ultimate high ground.
Talk about some old names in the region holding on to height as all the launch pads now contesting it. Save trying to glide on through, trying to assess if he could take it. And as you're seeing on the front side, ahead of the storm, it's Bobby's trio here. So Nakos, Blaster, Yasuo, yes, they have the height, but they are behind the storm here. And all these gliding people can head on over and retake height as Nakos is trying to defend here. But this will be interesting as Putrick. Putrick here is on top contesting Nakos. And Putrick there is going to push down Nakos, Blaster and Yaxo to a lower level.
He's gonna go try to play a little bit safe. The out of materials too, they invested so much, gonna be inside height. It just has one more box left overall and is kind of split over from his teammates, but they'll be able to find him soon and possibly split mats. Oh no, traffic jam in the way. They're not gonna be able to find anything inside this layer. Have to break down again on this IQ. Big shots, Jules in front of him too, but he blocks himself with the backwards ramp. Another shot from Nakos, and he finally goes down. Too much pressure when you lose high ground.
The high ground expended so many mats and they went down into the chaos, fighting their way through as Amplify gets an elimination on Nakos. So that was Amplify greeting them. And here is Yaxo all by himself, like I mentioned, an old name down from the World Cup days. Yaxo here trying to reclaim some glory here in season 17.
And now we're moving also all the way towards Gorgeous Gorge. It's going to get a little bit more rocky for all these trios. I'm going to start taking big damage. Also note, so many people have built their own layers. It's tricky to survive. Sapphic has found no damage on any other trio, even after getting height. They're going down almost to Storm Surge for the moment. We'll have to kind of bust into their minis and possibly even that Chuck Splash Cannon. There are so many mats built out. So many people have skipped low ground, made their own layers. Height is so high. We don't usually see this, and there's no way this high ground trio can find any damage for the moment.
Can you imagine if anyone like Bobby's trio would just look up and see height taking Storm Surge damage? That would have been an easier green light, but we'll go more on that story and focus on the low ground here with Tayson.
Yeah, with a lack of influence on high ground, it all goes down to Tayson, who's controlling low. Another big shot. He dives back, 51 HP right now, but that Siphon will come in. This is a masterclass right now, Sancho.
Yeah, they're looking great. They're just above the low ground here, so they have the abilities to go down below, do some double edits. They're trying to protect that as well. You're seeing the cones come out here that are not theirs, so they're doing their best to break it so they won't get double edit and push down themselves. They got their sights on Irez. Irez getting knocked from someone on the backside. Sorrento's getting that, and now you're seeing the rest of it. Sapphic still has height, though. No doubt, not a lot of damage, so no eliminations here. Let's see who has the advantage here on the low ground. You got Young Bob trio. You have second from height. That is Andelix, and 4CR still at full strength, and I'm just waiting for that trio to take height.
Yeah, on high ground right now, lots of noise to actually take it in the 6th zone, but not enough action right now for these guys to actually suppress any trio below them. As a result, so many teams still left alive in the 9th. Yaxo finally going down. What a clutch of placement overall. Andelix finds Vino on low. That's huge, but at the moment, Amplify Mats on ADN, they can't make their way through. Sapphic and Putrick, I think they've lost, one of their teammates on the side. No, Centric is still there. Fastroki, though, has gone down, and Void, 5 elims. This trio has 10, Sancho. They're popping off.
That's huge. Last time they popped off, they got a victory out in 15 eliminations in the last game to close out the qualifiers in week 1. Though it gets closed out, but still a huge game with 42 points. Putrick and Sapphic here trying to close out Eclipse. Moments here. This is game 1 here of the qualifiers 3, and it could go to Sappic's way, who were last time we saw them here, they were holding on, but it's Andelix way on the low ground. Sapphic takes a lot of fall damage. Andelix gets an elimination here. Andelix trying to turn back the hands of time, and Andelix is going to do a 1v3. He has the advantage. He's cranking up the height. This is it. Can Andelix be able to close out and say not so fast of Putrick and Default here? Default with the chunk cannon, and wow, there it is. They were able to hold on, and that's getting eliminated here for Storm Surge to turn off.
Just one. Be no reason Tayson, though, take even more damage, getting all the way towards the top. Where are these guys getting their shield? Is there like a magic hat they're pulling it out of that's like, limitless, bottomless, spaceless completely? Because they keep Still 100% on shields, and if we tune in, I guarantee they have even more to use entirely. Eriku, Nakos, though. Once again, Nakos all the way up top, Sancho.
Yep.
They have height, the highest point for the moment. If they pull fifth as well, that's the second game in a row that they just, maintain control.
Second game, but last time they lost control as soon as the movies start rolling. You had so many trios pad up to them as Bobby picks up a knock on Monkey, and now you're seeing Reason, Vino, and Tayson, who were in shambles, rotating in, feeling a little bit better, and considering that they did pull the first moving. So they don't have hype, but they still can make their way through. And the only thing that is going to question is, do they have the materials and resources? That's going to be their big question mark and their win condition if they want to walk away with a victory royale.
Safik, that's a fanboy out of the way. And in game one, it was the Gorge. We were watching roll through. Tricky, a mountain in the way. Andalex can't climb that, but in this game, here right now, Pleasant Park, natural, low ground, it's all about the player's skill. It's all about where these pads get placed. What will Tayson, Reason, and Vino do? Can they make that fourth place curse? We'll have to wait because height is a whole nother story. Blaster taking lots of damage to the HP, and ACOS going all the way towards the top trying to save it. Yaxel there too, he takes a big beam, and this trio is barely staying alive.
So much invested here. They cranked up so high to hold on to. They are literally in the stratosphere almost, it feels like. They're up in the clouds, and last time we saw them go down, I think this is going to be a very dangerous situation. Even at Waterfall, it's just way too high for this moment here. Look at it now. You have Andalix, who's always been in second height, it seems, for the second game in a row, and Bobby with the perfect pad gets right up there in the mix, and now Nakos, Blaster, Yaxo for the second game in a row are going to lose height on the first moving. Bobby, Fly are looking great, as you see Yaxo being again the last remaining member of that fight.
What? Bobby almost fell down. We didn't see where the base over entirely. I thought this man skydived again, but I'm like, my friend, there's no glider redeploy. It's not going to be possible for you to stay alive. Yaxo, though, barely teetering along the line of Storm Surge. This is dangerous. He has to just keep popping these minis. Can buy about 9 seconds of time, but after that, he's going to be going down. He needs to look for a little bit of damage. Jake, he might be the one all the way there towards the right side, but he's not going to find it. Vino, Tayson, Reason. Yeah. They're looking so good on low. Fly still getting elims all the way from up top. Safik is getting his finally also at the same time. Yaxel somehow still alive, but he finally gets taken out.
Man, Fremont threw that big wrench is the theme right now. And look, another people going up for height right now. Bobby is going to try to hold on to this as much as possible. Bobby already put so much on the line to hold on, and looks like he's going to give up to height here. So height is being a big factor in these games, and that was Safik going for height, and Safik goes out. But now look on the front side, we saw for a brief moment, and Alexis trio is up there right now holding on to height, and this will be a great second game for Alexis trio.
Oh my God, Safik tried to take the throne. He got sent home, and now Andalex all the way up top. No time to groan. He's gonna have the time to basically move forward for the moment. Put a little bit of a stamp on everyone. Yes, Forzyar and Squeeze, they're alive with him. And look at their classic take. Look how different this is now, Sancho. High ground is no longer the size of the Burj Khalifa all the way towards the skies. They're keeping it down low. They got the pressure online. Pablo, you can't make a mistake with your builds. You get taken out. Link is going to be there with some damage. Podesai drops into the storm. Irazumi, he's trying his way to do things. Tayson's still alive, but he's taking lots of damage too. Bobby out in an instant, and he gets rained down on shots. No umbrella required or available for him at all. Fly also singled out by X-Squeeze. This is expert high ground pressure.
No doubt, I told you I was a weatherman, and right now the forecast is a rain of bullets, and that's coming down on height. Forzyar with the Analyx getting some huge elimination. The storm is going back through old builds, but already the damage has been done. Who's on the front side on the low ground? It's Tayson and Reason as a duo operating together here. As you've seen Forzyar getting elimination on Podesai. You've seen Paco getting a knock on Link, but the story is Analyx's return alongside with X-Squeeze and Forzyar. Forzyar trying to get back into the top 3 after being disbanded from Tayson. That will be a great, sweet, poetic justice if Forzyar gets this elimination, but more on that later, because we're now focusing on that low ground layer of Tayson and Reason.
They're surviving, trying to thrive. Reason taking a little bit of damage, though. Andalex with that second place personally. Now he's getting close and closer towards every single trio down below. Tayson's trying to escape. He's all the way down towards the ground. Rocks in front of him. He can't really build. They're forced to just keep moving. They can't make the storm players they're used to. And look at Forzyar. He has a lighthouse all the way up on height saying, yeah, you might be able to take out my teammates, but there's no way you can win. They're just too good. Talk about some scary clouds on a sunny day. Forzyar, X-Squeeze, and Andalex, they're alive. They're active.
next to each other, close on the low ground. The person that I'm worried for is Tasteless Trio. We saw them on the north side. Zone pull towards the log jam right here. So we have to watch the feed and see the rotations right now, because that is such going to be a dangerous rotation. Even if they decide to move through this southeast area, you're already seeing right in front of you, folks, all the people already based up looking out, and Mongols already racked up a couple elimination on people from the backside of the storm.
And what a strange zone entirely. It kind of felt like it was going to be going all the way towards the west, maybe pulling up a bit, so all those south teams really pushed in towards the center. It then goes all the way down towards Weeping, towards Logjam, and so everyone is getting squeezed even more now. So many people not being able to stay in that zone. BG is down once again. Milan, Marine, and Wolfies, though, they're looking pulp as ever. They're actually so comfortable on this low ground for the moment. We haven't seen any higher elevated trios. This is our first kind of look at them. It's 80 and Amplify. No Mats though, which is very interesting because usually these guys survive, and Astro's right behind them too.
If I could put a pin and circle the map, Bobby's trio right there. I'm going to circle him right now with my imagination. That's the trio we got to keep an eye on because they're always contesting height. Last time in game 2, they used a perfect pad to get it as ADN gets knocked there from Gray.
Small thing to note too, both the first and second place team for the moment right now are not going to be in this game. So Link, Fury, and Irazumi will be the eyes of the possibly top placements in this game that we're going to be watching. Astro gets another one as well. Vino, Tayson, and Reason, this is a very good chance for them to climb back, and especially for any other team like Mongrels who are very low in points.
And 30th place. I was doing this. I was making it. This is a so pull for them. Not too bad. It's kind of bad considering that they go through half of the top of the lobby, but they have some materials. But look at the ammo, shambles. You could tell that they're leaving retail row. We saw it in game 2. They're leaving early as fast as possible. They have yet to find the refresher, and there is that sound, and that means gliders are going off already. Dan Dev's trio is already moving through. Mongro, Kiko, and Slender are going to decide to take the foot route, and there it is. Blackie, DKS are sitting at high, trying to beam anyone coming through. Rifle, Savior are all zooming right through, gliding right past here. But can DKS, Erican, and Blackie hold on to height? We've been seeing height get contested, and Paco is getting beamed out of the air by DKS. But hey, Artur is going to clean up and get that knock here. And for the moment, Blackie's trio is holding height.
Erican has it, but they've been so delayed beaming.
Yeah,
have to actually possibly move or get overtaken.
Nice pad.
Bloomy's there for it. Nice pad. And Erican's actually there, advanced in position to make sure that there at least is a point of connection to be had. That's a very good ebb and flow, elastic type of movement from the team. A 1-2 split. And as that happened, the dances are still going on in mid ground. No one falling for the moment. There was lots of, chaos before. We saw a few people go down. Amplify tried to hold his own, but he got taken out. Right now, no one is moving. No one's falling.
I'm hearing right here they have a pulse rifle. That's not going to be a strong rifle to hold high. They don't have a lot of ammo as well, so I'm expecting this hold not to last this long, considering already so many people already went for it. We already saw Bobby go for it, but I don't know if DKS's trio could hold on to high, considering they don't have the firepower.
And they're not moving fast enough for the moment. It might give people a chance to maybe overtake from the front side, but no, Wolfies and Milan, they tried the hard way. They're playing on veteran difficulty. They go from the back, but they're experts, speed runners for the moment, and Marine is there to take things over. Wolfies does not care. Milan leading the charge down below 2. They are the new high ground kings for this game, number 3. They'll roll in and dictate the lobby in a new, much fast way.
Welcome to the party of in-game Milan, Marine, and Wolfies. You are here, so now is your time to kind of show out as much as possible here, as Wolfies right below here. Marine, Wolfies, and Milan here with only 3 eliminations, and they're looking strong.
Yeah, the thing is, though, lots of strong enemies down below. The full CL trio with Irazumi, Fury, and Link still active. Vino, Tayson, and Reason also looking to just steal away points from low. Marine, Wolfies, and Milan are up against lots of skill right now and need to find openings to get eliminations.
Here it is, eliminations happening. We're seeing the story on height. Let's take a look at picture at down low. You're seeing Tayson on the mid layer right now, having the front side. Wolfies is actually being sent down below to find as much as materials as possible. Wolfies does have the power and the ability and the skill to get those eliminations, but he does not have a harpoon anymore to get those valuable matches. He's gonna have to dip in and get back up and bright as possible. We are on board here with third place with 7 eliminations, and they have enough. The material count is really low here though, Shile, as Safe gets eliminated, Astro gets eliminated, Nikov and Podosai and Astro get those eliminations.
and they don't care about anyone on their lair or below them. They have their eyes set on first place for this game for height. That might be a mistake though. A little bit of rumbling down below. They'll have to kind of go a little bit lower too to make sure they're safe overall and not using the many amount of mats, but it's Vino they went into. This is a titan of a trio inside their builds, and now they're running scared. Chuck Splash Cannon needs to get active, but now there's no shield on Fury or Irazumi at all. Tayson, no, it's Reason who's going to be a consequence of that open edit and of this move. Podesai will pick him up all the way on low. High ground though still gets to survive by the skin of their teeth. They barely have any builds left. It's all on wood. Marine falls all the way down. He's going to be the first casualty. Wolfies is going to try to capitalize on it and go for the trade, but he finds a little bit of it. Big siphon inside the storm. 60 HP, 50. Has to land the next pump. It's a beam.
Oh, no.
Irazumi. He gets an elim. He shouldn't have. It's impossible, but he makes it happen. And now Milan's left alone against the trio. Drops down. It's not enough. Cubex, Dandir, and Devin. They had position. They had 13 eliminations, and they have the victory royale.
What a big victory royale. Cubics. A bad launch pad already cost ADN's trio a mate. Let's see a Trizox, a KK Wet here in Sirexo who are feeling the pressure of the storm surge.
No thunder, just lightning right now, but there's so much of it. It's like Zeus is in the skies. There's no chance for any of these guys right now to be able
this whole side
look at each other. They have to shield up or do something. Artor's trying to break in. He puts a launch pad down. He's trying something. I mean, go for it. At this point, Trizox is trying to out-heal game it before people still need to go down, and no one's making any peaks.
He does not have enough minis to hold on to. His 4 people have to go down. He may not survive this pad right now, as you're seeing a lot of lightning strikes going down.
God.
Trying to find anything. Nothing connects here, Sayo.
That was a perfect just graph of people flying over. There was a chance for Trizox to come back. KQX there next, so to do a little bit of damage. No one was shooting back at them, but they don't land a single shot and are still getting striked by the storm surge, by the lightning. Trizox, 4 people still need to go down. 1 damage below storm surge. Just need 1 pump shotgun, anything. But it's not going to come in there next, though. He pops a med kit somewhere. No, now he's fully down. Oh my goodness, 8 people in the sky, and not even 1 bullet can fly their bodies by. Trizox is out. KK Wet will be soon to follow.
If there is a motto for Fortnite, like the great ninja once said, you got to hit your shots, kid. The shots didn't come through, and the elimination has been confirmed. That trio is out. Now on board with the man that is everyone has their eyes on, no doubt, from all fans from around the world, especially the E region. Mongrel alongside Kiko. Now I have to do this as a duo, as Kiko has 5 eliminations alongside with the big Grawl with 1, and they have a max pool. This is going to be something where do they decide to go early? We've been seeing so many people go early and crank up the height as Mongrel is tarping his way to the front side. On the height is Patrick's trio, who's watching Mongrel tarp out, and they got to watch out. It's essentially what's going to happen. A pad's going to happen, and this team is going to basically cap anyone, but the pad gets taken out. A good thing they had another pad in their back pocket. And here we go. Here comes the rotation towards zone 6.
It's time to fly. That's what this zone's about. When it goes off a mountain, everyone just stays in the air. 1 loss, though. Nate calls all the way down towards low. They're picking up elim after elim. ZQ and Kazakhs do not survive the filter for this endgame. They're not going to be here to see it towards the very 9th zone of game number 4. Paxian 2 taken down by ADN, but wow, 97 default Putric staff. They actually land down, they touch ground, and they have height again.
They have height again, and Analyx is still in this in-game as well, and ForZR picking up an elimination on Astro. So the very top 2, 3, and 4 are still in this fight. Wildloss is in this fight. Let's take a look at the chaos that's unfolding in front of your eyes as everyone, hey, height gets chopped again. A big chop is happening, and that wrench turns into a big axe, and Centrix, Default, and Patrick and Sapphic are at the give up height.
Default has so many launch pads still available after 2 scuffed ones this game. Sapphic and Putric, though, they get it back, and Storm Surge is the ultimate enemy of game number 4, because I count at least 6 to 7 different trios still getting sniped from the sky.
The forecast is pain, and that's the pain that's coming down. 10 people have to go down for the power of Storm Surge, and I can't believe that Sapphic trio is still holding on to height.
They're holding on to hype, but they're only just surviving. Kiko right now is onto his third Elam I've seen in the feed in the last 5 seconds. This man is popping off. He confirms
He's popping off. Got another one
as well. He's still going, and I'm wondering exactly where Mongrel is with him in the moment. Tayson, though, taken out by Blaster on low ground, so now the entire atmosphere of that layer changes. Jojo also knocked with Tomsy all the way towards the backside. X-Squeeze still alive. Everyone down below is playing an absolute horror game of a side scroller that now goes back towards this history of a developing zone. Sapphic, Putrick, and Knights, 917 fall there, quick to climb back, but someone's actually shooting out their heights.
Hey, the masterclass is officially canceled. Bloomy has been eliminated by 4ZR. So now with the bounce back of the storm here, Ziku again! This man is on fire! Can we get a POV on Ziku? This man is on a blaze and he is lighting up everything. It doesn't matter if it's hard mats, it doesn't matter if it's soft mats. Kiko's on fire, baby.
Kiko's still popping off. Very good trap set up though by the Steel boys all the way up top, shooting out their own high ground, leaving it up by just one little wall. X-Squeeze though with 4-0 and Alex don't have the same amount of time to set up traps. They have to get 4-0 all the way away from the backside. Jules with Sun. Sun's down right now in the back box. He's going to be looking for a way to get into X-Squeezes for the moment, but they're going to be boxing him out because Zone's going back towards that side. And Alex low on HP 2. High ground, he can't really have a say into anything right now. There's too many builds all the way around with his bounce back, but Sapphics getting close and personal with it. Looking for those double edits. This might be the wave, and boom! A big shot on the blaster. He takes minimal damage on the reciprocating feedback from that peak and angle. Sapphics still looking for more at the same time. Nakos is looking to be very close to his teammates, not actually fall with it though. Rifle with the big elims, 3 of them side by side. 4Z are still active, and Jules, I mean, everyone's going down in the speed. There's not enough space for all these heroes to live, and Mariah goes down too.
Their first elimination from holding on to height. The bounce back really hurt their height hold. Yeah, they were able to be up there, but the eliminations are not there because everyone's going through old builds as the second elimination knock from Sapphic happens right here. Mariah gets eliminated. ADN gets out from the storm side, but we have to keep an eye on the low ground because there on the low ground is someone who's doing so much damage and feeding into it because it's not the high ground. And Sapphic is getting an X-Squeeze and Analyx knock on Mongrel. Mongrel trade with Analyx. Those two are colliding and they get each other out.
Kiko finally goes down right now. This entire server is an inverse Jenga tower. From the bottom up, it topples. X-Squeeze down inside the zone. 4ZR is the only one to be able to call this little sliver of a safe place home, but there's no chance for him to live either. Sapphic now has to do the impossible and try to clutch up the Chuck Splash Cannon tech towards the very end. He had the position. He wins out the game. That high ground. Fast Roki up in the air. The challenge now, take no damage, land in through, and make sure you have a good base. Buzz, Boxy, Egram, they're already doing that. And looks like, you know, Max all the way up top has an entire base already built out and added onto.
And Mongrel as a solo was eliminated by Blackie.
All right, Blackie takes that one out. Reason, Vino, Tayson once again shadowing someone on height. They haven't had that complete control. They haven't even had that super retake. They've stuck to low ground the entire time, but at the same instance, they kind of fell quiet. A 6th, 2nd, and a 4th. 6 elims here, 4 elims there. Last time, 11th. It looks like these guys have rested long enough. This might be the game for them to wake up.
Now we're taking a peek here at zone 5, and you're just seeing it's kind of like an even spread. That half in, half out, if it goes, the moving zone 6, if it goes up north, that's going to cause a lot more chaos considering that we're seeing who's going to be able to fight for height here. If it goes south, then you'll see a lot more people being able to have the ability to control it here. So let's see where it pulls. We have some time, and it actually pulls towards the east side here. And look at how many arrows. We're going to have to keep an eye on who has the advantage. But right now, we have X-Squeeze, our first place in the top right, and then we have Tayson on the bottom right in 3rd place.
Hey, clip that and watch it back. Almost every arrow in that zone clapped in just had a triple take all the way towards the right. They looked at the big incline they're gonna have to go over. One of the most treacherous but, you know, low-key zones you're gonna see. It's not gonna be a huge mountain in the way. It's not gonna be a big, you know, steep drop off of a big cliff they have to climb, but it's gonna be a very huge and steep incline over a low amount of time. And look at it. Now we'll start to roll. Max all the way on high ground. X-Squeeze, 4ZR, and Lex, our first place POV at 166 or 161 points, excuse me. How long can they actually push this for? How much further can they get?
It's all about getting in front of the zone as much as possible. If you want to hold on to high, you said the Mex boys are up there, but Analyx is now rotating and making his way through slowly and slowly going up to high. And this is, you talked about it, a layered type of mountain. It has little plateaus and it goes up a little bit more. So if it continues pushing towards the northeast, expect more chaos to rain down just by the map itself.
They were about 10 stories higher than low ground right now, X-Squeeze, and suddenly the zone's caught up to them. Staying on the same layer, they're now only 2 stories above natural low ground. This thing is pulling up very fast, and Erican, Milan, these guys can't hold on to this very elevation changing high ground, low ground situation. Mex and, you know, the entire Mex trio rolling in, they're gonna be fine. They were about 20 stories up on height, but now are just 10. Everything's closing in, and fast Roki goes down to Tayson, finding his first version of conflict here inside a tarp. A big shot, but it cost them Vino's life.
They're gonna go ahead and try to pick up Vino here as the zone is pushing to the northwest. And is this gonna be deja vu? A team that's on the bottom of the board be able to win the victory out. This is the 33rd team that's holding on to that height right now. So we gotta keep an eye on that team as Boyd gets a knock on Tomzy. Eclipse gets Zico eliminated. The guy that was on fire gets doused out really quickly. And there it is, the height team right there, who is on the advantage here on the low ground. It is Trizox's trio with Ingram there on the front side here. So far, no one's contesting height, with Reason's trio from second from height, as Wolfies has been eliminated. That trio's gone, but X-Squeeze picks some elimination. Tayson goes for that shot and it just misses.
Cheeky play, not gonna land. Tayson 141 points.
They want it.
Taken over now. Sapphics overall 137. They've passed the magic number. How much further can they get though? 9 different trios still left alive. High ground's gonna be a threat. They haven't been in this position before. They've been so low, they haven't had to deal with height before. But now that will be their #1 challenge. Mellum, Slove, and Hertig, they're looking to put down the punishment.
Tayson does have a pad. He has a pad, and he may go for the perfect pad. It's about 70 meters. If he could mark it, he could get up there.
And right below them, X-Squeeze, Forzar, and Alex, they're waiting for Tayson to make a move too. They take out Nikov in one last. What a moment for a refresh. Both teams now side by side. We'll see exactly what goes down in the feed. Young Bob, he's looking at getting eliminated too. Tayson taking out Trident. Another big refresh coming in. Looks like they've actually given up their lair, and they're going lower. Reason finds a big finish too. The zone bounces back. Terrible tragedy for height. Everyone in mid ground gets to breathe as they think about what to do next. High ground has to find a way to pierce through these builds.
Ingram is still on the low ground, making his way to the front side, but he's unable to get anybody because all the trios on the mid ground are so healthy right now. Endelix, Nakos, Forzar are picking up eliminations. Nakos, there it is. Tayson goes high for the pad, but it was just a little short. They hit their head on top of some builds here. They do have one more pad if they're going to try to get another attempt to take height. It didn't go through this time. X-Squeeze does get elimination on Nakos, so that was huge, but they're still going to fight for it, child. They still want height.
Recuperate all the damage they took from Storm. Looks like they're setting up for it once again, but the mats are running low. 5 on Tayson. Big shot.
Height's coming down.
Up top. Going for the double edit, but does not control the cone, so he can't get it. Just now, the side jump comes in. Another elevation change.
Ooh.
The 100 sidewinder damage. Oh! Down to low ground with a 5 damage shot. It's enough to make it happen. Low HP, but this man makes it happen. Tayson, the clutch god, the clutch minister of EU, is alive once again.
He says no to fall damage and survives and gets across the hand. It's Andelix and Tayson. Andelix, he responds, takes out Tayson. Now Tayson is out. It's up to Vino and Reason. Andelix, the trio's on the top of the board. We're seeing 2 Titans, 2 Giants exchanging haymakers. And Vino, he does it. Vino, wait a minute. Who wins? Vino, Tayson, and Reason. Vino with the takes it. They're gonna use this community pad, but Paco is in trouble. Sapphic catches Paco as is leaving, and that's a huge elimination. 156 points. No, but Default can't get out. Default's hitting his head, but that was a great engagement. 156, Shio.
They're so late coming in. 156 points, a huge swing over to their favor, and no one sees them run in. That was a mission impossible that these guys just pulled off. Default and Sapphic might just have enough in the tank to hold on to third place. 156 points will bring them right back there.
That was a great play. They baited that community pad, understanding that so many different people would have their eye on it. They were able to capitalize that, get some huge eliminations, and every elimination is worth 2 points. And now we're going to take a look at the rest of the feed to see where is One Loss, what are they doing, because that's the only team that's going to slow them down.
Yeah, there was a 3-legged race. Sapphic actually dropped down, might be troublesome for him right now. He's getting focused. Needs to get help back up from default. There it is. It's fine, but he used wood builds to fortify that, so they know that these guys are in trouble. It's all on water. This zone basically doesn't exist. Default tries to stay alive all the way towards height. He has to find a rat little box to hide in. It's not going to be possible. Just wood builds now. Every time he's going to build past this box, the eyes will be on him. 156 points for default. A solo man keeping the dream alive. Podosai, one loss, and Nikov must be tap dancing in their box because they just watched Sapphic go down.
Default solo has to clutch here. Default trying to mature his way into the finals here. The top 3 finishes on the line. All eyes are on default right here. Now he waits. He's on the backside. He does have a pad here if he decides to move. He's going to make his movement here, going down to low. No eyes on him so far. No eyes at all. He's going to sneak on way through, Child. I can't believe this rotation is still happening and no shots have been sent this way. And he's going for an elim.
Pay attention to the top right. One mistake from Centric Default, and their finals run is put on pause. They will not be able to qualify. I feel like Podosai will have enough in the tank to clap back. Here come the shots. 22 builds, all just with wood. Default is still untouched. Disturbed. Is there like an invisibility potion I don't know about for the moment because no one is looking at Default right now, and he's getting free shots on everyone on the entire server. A box though that he wasn't sure was safe. It's not. There's a triangle, and everybody finds a way to make it by, and still no one's shooting him. 120 HP. Another fight near the storm. Default. The tournament run on the line here, looking for the next shot, does not find it. Another one inside his box. Default goes down at 156 points. Podosai, Wallace, and Nikov need 6 points, 3 elims to get the third and maybe clutch that EU final spot.
Also, they just got to stay on their feet. The placement points were able to get them through as well. They are on the low ground, but look at the builds. Podosai is plumb out. 1 build to his name. You had 80 and Matto on height. Tayson gets eliminated, but we have to focus in, zero in here on this trio. It is the only one that could take away Sapphics, and that was a big one right there. Podosai on Sorrentos gets a big elimination, and that may be enough. 153. They still down by 3 points, Shio, and every bullet that comes through, every bullet that sweeps through, one less goes down. They're only behind by 2 points. It's on the line right here. And you see Nikov, he's going to get knocked soon. So it's all on the shoulders of Podosai. Only with wood builds in his back pocket. He's going to have to hold on as much as possible as Zone is going to push right over him.
Tied though, 27 HP and 156 points. Both teams locked, frozen in time. Can any other one move forward?
Sapphic has the tiebreaker. The 2 victory rounds were huge. So Sapphic, no doubt, may be able to lock in at the top 3, but it is Fast Roki with 143 points, with the ability to pop off, and he has the chug cannon. This is going to be something we all have to have our eyes on now.
12 more points needed. Another elimination comes out of Fast Roki. 3 now. 7 for the entire trio. 4 Zior deleted as well.
Oh no.
It's in scope. It's in sight. Sapphics winning the tiebreaker right now at 156. Another man in his box, but Fast Roki doesn't care. 153 points now for the big man. Down to 40 HP. Somehow survives as that chug cannon still in tow. Another box, another trio, another almost wipe. 1 point away, but for Fast Roki's entire trio is alive, and they have height. They've got height and the potential to even win this game out. Fall damage taken. He doesn't mind looking for the next shot all the way aquatic, but now we're back onto the beach. No vacation for Fast Roki though. It's time to get to work. 157. They've clinched 3rd place. They're going to the EU finals. Fast Roki is looking to win out this game. A 3v2. They've done it. Drop down onto Amplify, and what a clutch victory royale.
Big time, 10 eliminations, the double-digit victory royale. Like Shayo said, it gets them into the top 3.